big news.
Yeah.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, when this broke, I was actually on the way to the airport on Tuesday morning. I did a video. I mean, from Real Madrid side and from Liverpool side, still obviously nothing has been confirmed. Nothing is official yet.
Nothing.
It's all come from Alex Crook at TalkSport, who basically said it's all agreed, it's happening. Do you think they've jumped the gun a little bit early? Is it because there was an international break and they need to, fill columns and fill airtime by talking about this? Because from Trent's side, nothing's been agreed.
Yeah.
From Liverpool side's nothing been agreed, and Real Madrid, nothing has been agreed either. There's talk about, them giving us some money if they want him to play in the Club World Cup in June or July, which would actually bring forward the end of his contract. Do you think, Doyle, that Trent Alexander-Arnold is 100% still going to leave Liverpool this summer?
Yeah. I just haven't said that. I was just what I was doing was looking for the quote that I'd been talking about with my mates, and it was Sky Sports, and it was after everything come out, and Trent was leaving, definitely it's happened, everything signed, all that crap. And it was Sky Sports basically saying that the two parties are confused as to why this news has come out, because nothing at all has been agreed. Nothing. No one's even reached out to Trent. So Trent is confused as to why it's all over social media. And he's also tried to keep everything private, but you can't do that when you're trying to sign for Real Madrid. I think he's still going to leave. I do. And part of me doesn't begrudge him for it, because I'm like, you've done everything that you can possibly do for this club. The part that's upsetting for me as a scouser is he's exceptional. He is a talent that we need. And Jamie Carragher said it, and it was something I never thought about. As a scouser, and you yourself, lad, when you play for Liverpool, if you play for Liverpool, what you want to do is become the best team in the country, right? And who was the previous best team? It's Man United. And they're very close on trophies. So if you're looking at that, you want to say, I want to pull away from Manchester United as far as possible whilst I've got these 8 years, because I love and adore Liverpool Football Club, because that's who I am. That's me. That's what Gerrard did. He tried his best to try and win cups, right? Having said that, he's done everything that Gerrard hasn't. He's done all of it, bro. There's nothing that Trent hasn't done for Liverpool Club that we've asked him to do. Delivered. So how can you then say to him, right, we want more, when he's been getting an offer from Real Madrid? And if you think about the players that have went there, when was the last scouser that went there, lad? Was it 30 years ago?
Steve McManaman.
30 years ago, lad. This is a special club. It is. I hate it. Absolutely despise it. But it is.
They're the only club in world football that can little bro us.
Yeah. And they can little bro anybody. So let's not get mistaken, right? All these Arsenal fans that are saying Liverpool have got no pull and they can't... Neither of you. I don't know what you're talking about. If Real Madrid came for Saka or Saliba right now, watch what they would do, lad. They'd chip. That's what would happen, lad. And I hate this thing, right, as well. Like, Liverpool fans are allowed to be upset with Trent leaving. He's a scouser. He's not like Coutinho or some other player from a different...
but at least Coutinho and Suarez signed a big, massive deal so we could get the dough in.
And that's the thing, right?
I've been really angry with the kind of rigmarole that's followed this story that we still don't know if it's 100% true. Yes, we both still believe that he's going to leave, but for the timing of it to come out now, 5 games away from winning the title is unacceptable. I know that's not Trent's fault necessarily, but because he hasn't spoken, he's allowed the Spanish media to control the narrative.
But he's never spoken on any of his contracts, ever. So it's consistent from him. It's Real Madrid, bro. Anything around Real Madrid is just...
Real Madrid anymore.
I know.
Bro. And
it's
people
horrible.
saying, they're not rivals. He can go there with his head held.
They're
yes,
rivals.
They are rivals.
They're rivals.
Maybe not to you, Arsenal fans, because you've played. You're about to play them once in the last 20 years. Trent has watched them with his own eyes pick up a Champions League trophy twice.
How many times have we played Real Madrid in the last 5 years? In the group stages as well?
6 times.
Like a lot. They're rivals.
We play them every year. Apart from last season in the Europa League, we've played them twice in 2020. We played them in 2018 in the final. We lost. 2018, 19 we didn't play them. 2021 we played them in the round of 16. We lost both. Or I think we drew 0-0 and lost 3-1 away. 2022 we played them in the final. 2023 we were in the Europa League.
2024 was that the league when Raul,
we played them
Nunes
as well.
Scored that goal.
So I don't want to hear about rivals. Oh, they're not rivals. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, like you touched on it, Arsenal fans saying, it's like I was with my dad yesterday in Tenerife and Paul Merson popped up saying, Liverpool fans should be happy for him. I'm sorry, right? But I'm not sorry. if you are a rival fan that has an opinion on this, we don't care.
Yeah.
You know that quote, right?
Simple as
Never
that.
take advice off someone who hasn't been there and done it themselves. All these players and ex-pros and YouTubers saying, oh, let him go there with his head held high. I'm sorry, but you can't relate. So I will not take your opinion as one of the holds weight, because you can't talk on this situation. It doesn't relate to anything your club's been through. And second of all, yes, he is our rival, right? And with all due respect to these people chiming in with their opinions on Trent, Liverpool, with all due respect, Liverpool fans couldn't care less about what non-Liverpool fans think about this situation.
Yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, like, we're YouTubers, right? We don't know everything about football. But we are Scousers. And I do love Liverpool, and I do want a Scouser to play for Liverpool, and I understand why Scousers are sad to see a Scouser leave the team. It's a big thing. We've got a massive sense of identity in the city, and it's very, very important that a key component of Liverpool's football team is a Scouser at the top of it. It's as simple as that. It's always been important to us. So when one of our own almost shuns us to go to a club that we know is a bitter rival of ours and is taking trophies away from us, it hurts, and there's going to be people with visceral reactions that say stupid, silly things that make other rival fans have reactions, and I totally understand that. But Gilly's right. None of us care. We don't care. It's just sad, and we're frustrated. But I do agree that some of the stuff that's been coming out is just ridiculous. I've seen some Liverpool fans saying Trent should not start another game for Liverpool and he shouldn't be playing, and we should take the captaincy off him and we should watch him win. Like, that's stupid. Don't be silly. He's helped us win this Premier League. He's won the Premier League, the Champions League, everything. We're allowed to be disappointed, but don't be stupid, okay? It's as simple as that. When he's going to go to Real Madrid, and once he's there, I'll put it out my mind, and I'll try and watch some games with him there, and I'm not going to be super happy about it, but that's just the way it is. The game is the game.
Them next year now.
We probably will. And he'll probably have a bad game against us. Like, I can't tell you how he's going to do there. It's honestly 50-50 to me. It is. If he gets Alonso, it's going to be work more in his favour. But even so, it's about the Real Madrid fans, right? They're not like us.
Bad games.
They're not like us. We love you, Trent, lad. Like, we do, mate. We think you're an exceptional footballer, and you definitely have weaknesses in your game, but you excel so highly in certain areas that we absolutely back you. And you won't get that from Real Madrid fans. You simply won't. So when you get nutmegged and you're getting taken twisted by a winger, it happens. It's an occupational hazard. We totally understand. Real Madrid fans won't understand that. They'll expect the absolute best and not to let anyone get past you, whilst you're also delivering assists to these top players. And to be fair, you obviously think that you can do that, which is why you're thinking of moving to there. So if you can back yourself to do that, good on you, because you're a good enough footballer in my mind to do that. So let's see what happens. I'm disappointed, but I don't begrudge him. He's a legend, bro, and he's an exceptional football player for Liverpool Football Club. I'm a little bit more on the fence
with it all.
I get it.
Just because of the fact that he's obviously going to get a massive signing on fee.
Yeah.
Which should be ours. I know he doesn't owe us anything. I know he came from the academy. We didn't pay anything for his services, but I can't help but look at the Suarez and Coutinho deals. Coutinho gets us the money. We win the league and the Champions League 2 years later. We can reinvest. But again, because he hasn't spoken, we've almost like rolled over to Madrid. Because Marca have said this, that for the last 2 years, because Fabrizio's been tweeting it for the last 2 years, it hurts. To watch in real time our legend, our local boy, just almost rolling over and allowing this narrative to be occurring in front of his face. And I do agree with what Carragher said. I don't agree with everything he says, but you're a Scouser. If you win this league, you're level on points with United. You're going to be the captain in 2 years. You could be the captain. You lifts the Premier League over Manchester United. It's all there for you. It's all laid out for the next 4 years of your journey. You get a fat wage. You've paid. You did a 4-year deal instead of 6. That was a bit cheeky. But if I'm honest with you, bro, the last 2 years he's been very there's been no tweets kissing the badge. It's been, you signed a Real Madrid shirt last year. Let's not forget. Cecil and Curtis were out in LA with him, right, sitting with all the Madrid players. I hated that at the time, and everyone said, "Oh, leave him." No, I'm sorry, you don't sign a Real Madrid shirt when you're a Liverpool player last year. And there's been no interview saying how much he loves the club compared to the years before that, when he'd be kissing the badge saying he wants to be the captain, I want to stay here for life. All of a sudden, the last year, actually, I don't really want to win the Premier League again with Liverpool. I'd rather win the Ballon d'Or. Like, he's had an attitude problem for 2 years now. He's not been the same Trent that we saw before, where he's tweeting after the derby, the city is red, or kissing the badge. We've not seen any of that. He's walked past the fans at Tottenham away, and they're all saying, Trent, give us... He's just headphones on, hood up, walking straight past them. Like, the attitude has been very different. The Trent from 2017, I'm going to say, to 2021, 22, since we lost that final to Madrid, I'm sorry, we haven't felt the same love that we've been giving Trent back to us in the last 2 years. This has obviously been on his mind, and it's definitely affected him mentally, because, he feels the best way to deal with this is to not speak about the contract. But if you don't speak, then everyone else will speak for you, and then all of a sudden you've lost control of the situation.
He's not speaking because he's going to leave, so he's waiting for the right moment to say, I'm going to leave. But the problem with that is the media create media wars. That's what they do, and capitalising on his silence. So that's what Real Madrid are looking at, right? So
but why
it's a very, very smart tactic. What they'll do is Trent's moving to Liverpool. What's that going to do? It's going to create visceral reactions from Liverpool fans, which are only going to encourage Trent to leave, because when he's seeing all these stupid things that people are saying about him, why is he going to want to then sign a Liverpool contract and fight and stay to prove people wrong? And he's already proved that he's a capable, lovable, passionate footballer for Liverpool. I can't discredit everything that he's done based on one decision that he's making now. I understand, but he's a young man, right? And when he was first coming into the team, he's super grateful to play for Liverpool because this is his dream coming to actualisation. It's real. But no, he's cemented himself as one of the best players on the planet, and he deserves to have confidence with that, because he is. He's earned the right to be confident, and that's what he is. And I understand it hurts.
We haven't felt the same love for him.
I understand
though.
it, lads.
That's changed, but he's not the same Trent that we saw in 2019.
But it's a different person as well, though, because he's a different footballer.
He's looking at the brand Trent. He's looking at David Beckham. Carragher also mentioned, him and Stevie, two local lads, probably from more working class areas than Trent. Fowler. In terms of Fowler as well. Obviously, in an ideal world, Fowler stayed forever, Gerrard stayed forever, they won leagues. That didn't happen. Trent's done that. And there is a part of me that understands his way of thinking. Look, I've done it all. I want to challenge myself now. I understand that. But there's a way of doing it, bro. You've got to be open and transparent with the fans. You've got to sign a new deal so we get the most money. Taking the sign-on fee and not speaking, for me, is like, you might as well do that to the Liverpool fans.
I hear it. I do. I hear that
honestly,
part of it.
I'm not happy with it.
But I also think that he's a 26-year-old lad that's not had this situation. When has Real Madrid ever... How do I explain this? Real Madrid have come in for him, and he's probably not known how to deal with the emotions and pressure around that situation. He's probably being told all kinds by his agent, who's a professional in that environment, right? Yeah,
and
he's a professional in that environment, so he trusts him and goes, he knows what's best for me right here. He's also thinking about his own life. He's only got a very short life in football, and he might be thinking, it's sunny in Spain, it's nice, I'll be able to have a new culture, new people, experience things that I would never experience if I stay here, that I've already done. I don't owe any Liverpool anything anymore. If we hadn't won the league, maybe I'd stay because I want to get that league with Liverpool. But I've done it, and I've done a Champions League. So what's the problem with me leaving, essentially? But the problem is
the way you do it.
The problem is
the way you do it.
That's how he's going about it. That's how he's going about it. But also, I give him grace because he's a young man. How is he supposed to know how to navigate this all and please a million fans of Liverpool? This is a difficult situation, bro, and I wouldn't know how to do it as a 32-year-old man, and I don't think a lot of people are commenting on it would know how to navigate it. It's a brilliant one, but also, I hear it, maybe at the start of the season, he could have said, right, I'm leaving at the end of the season, guys, and that doesn't mean that I don't love Liverpool Football Club, because look at all the energy and life that I've given to this team, because I love them. It's Real Madrid, and they're coming knocking, and when does a Scouser get to play for Real Madrid? And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there and show the world why Scousers are elite footballers, and I'm going to do that for all the Liverpool fans.